A growing debate over the use of flock safety cameras has reached us here locally. The license plate readers popping up in cities all across the country. Law enforcement officers say they're another tool to help solve crimes, but they're also criticized by some who say they raise very serious privacy concerns. Tonight in Greenwood, city leaders heard directly from residents and a representative from Flock as the city considers whether these cameras are right for the community. 5 News reporter Lauren Spencer takes us there.
The city of Greenwood has a few of these flock safety cameras up, and as the debate heats up across the country, they wanted to hear directly from residents on what they think, and they didn't hold back. Throughout the city of Greenwood, there's 11 license plate readers, or better known as flock cameras.
The idea was just another tool in the toolbox for the police department to do their job and do it well.
Mayor Doug Kinslow says Greenwood has used these cameras for about 5 years, and they've been helpful.
He believes so far what we see, there is no issue with Fourth Amendment right on this particular system or these type of system.
But after national headlines and discourse on social media, it was worth a conversation.
We're just trying to get to the bottom of it and see what's the right thing to do.
A conversation that brought out supporters.
It was those cameras that within a matter of an hour tracked the stolen trailer that was leaving town, and within 24 hours that trailer was back to my family's possession.
And skeptics.
So let's get rid of it as soon as humanly possible.
Like Joey Maroney, who says in this case the cameras could be overstepping.
We have to be careful that the tools that we're addicted to don't exceed the constitutional parameters of freedom that we want in America.
And for some residents, the big question is what happens to the information these cameras collect?
Let's do what law enforcement has done well for so many years and support them in that.
A Flock representative says the cameras don't use facial recognition or collect personal information, and the data isn't sold. He says Greenwood owns its data, which is automatically deleted after 30 days unless law enforcement chooses to keep it. As this was just a study session, no decisions were made on the future of the flock cameras in the city. In Greenwood, covering news where you live, Lauren Spencer, 5 News.
All right, Lauren, thanks. Greenwood is not the only Arkansas city taking action. Just in the last week, Cabot and Mayflower have voted to pause or end contracts with Flock. Mayflower signed a 4-year deal with Flock Safety in 2023. But the interim chief says she grew uncomfortable with the program and decided to end that contract early. Mayflower residents have similar concerns that Greenwood residents have, not only what data is being collected, but also where the cameras are located.
It's very confusing for just normal people. You know, why did they put it here in the first place? And now, okay, now they're going to take it out because the people don't want it, which is good that they're listening to us. But of course, you know, it'd been nice to know they were doing it in the first place.
Cabot's cameras will stay off while city leaders consider whether the program should come back and what rules should be in place. All right, let's talk about the forecast now. Chief Meteorologist Scott Covert here with all the good news.
Yeah, I wish. I typically wouldn't bother you with temperatures, current temperatures at 10 o'clock because you're at home, you're in bed, right? You ain't going out and about, but goodness gracious, it's still 90 in Van Buren, it's still 87 Boonville, 88 right now in Bentonville. It's 10 o'clock at night. It's not supposed to be that hot. I'm afraid tomorrow's shaping up to be another scorcher. Many of us at 7 a.m. walking outside right around 76 degrees in northwest Arkansas. Lots of sunshine, and that sunshine is going to be with us all day long. Upper 90s, near 100 in northwest Arkansas. Not going to be surprised if a Bella Vista, maybe a Rogers, or even Eureka Springs may not reach 100 in the afternoon. All bets are off in the River Valley. Not only are we going to hit 100, we could hit it as early as about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which means we probably spend 3 or 4 hours in the triple digits. A sky full of sunshine going into your Tuesday. Now, as the kiddos head up to the bus stop tomorrow morning, it's going to be warm, it's going to be uncomfortable, and that doesn't change. This heat dome looks like it's going to hold, and I don't mean just hold for a few days. It looks like we're looking at this same weather pattern that's bringing little to no rain, increasing fire danger for the next 7 to 10. We'll take a look at that 10-day forecast, and I think you're going to see why many counties today alone have added burn bans. I'll show you which ones are now included in just minutes.
All right, Scott, thanks. We learned today attorneys for Joseph and Kendra Duggar are now working to change their original not guilty plea. Former reality TV stars are charged with 4 counts of false imprisonment and 4 counts of child endangerment. Charges were filed in Elm Springs District Court after Joseph was charged with child molestation in Florida. During a hearing today, a plea by order was filed. It allows defendants to withdraw a not guilty plea and change a plea. It would still need to be approved by the judge. Arkansas State Police investigating after a 43-year-old convicted murderer died while serving his sentence in prison. David Pyle pled guilty to killing 30-year-old Cody Tisdale in Fayetteville on Christmas Eve 5 years ago. You may remember Pyle was involved in a standoff with police before his arrest and live streamed it on social media. He was sentenced to 33 years in state prison. State police confirming today they were investigating Pyle's death but did not go into any specifics. We're working to know more, and we'll keep you updated, of course, when police have more information. All new at 10, video of an Arkansas traffic stop is now spreading rapidly online, showing an Arkansas state trooper take an 18-year-old woman to the ground and punch her in the face. Woman's attorney is now calling for a public use of force investigation. I want to warn you, parts of the video and audio may be disturbing. Catherine Rowley walks us through what happened.
What's the emergency?
My window is broke.
Arlano wrote that he could see a cold bottle of liquor in the car.
You trying to go to jail, ain't you?
If I wanted to go to jail, I would never stop. I wouldn't even study the alcohol limit.
While writing citations, Arlano called his sergeant who had stopped Hackett days earlier. Arlano wrote that the trooper had told him that Hackett had an open container of alcohol during that stop earlier. After that call, Arlano wrote that he decided a citation would not be enough and moved to arrest Hackett.
Well, she got an attitude, take her to jail.
Okay. All right, we'll do that.
The video shows Hackett asking why she is under arrest before the encounter escalates.
Yeah, let me get your left hand real quick.
Sir, what did I do?
Get your left hand real quick. Do not look. Do not resist. Do not resist.
I need to call mama.
No. Stop.
But I didn't. Sir, what am I doing? Oh, no.
Stop.
About 10 seconds later, while he is kneeling over her, the video shows him punching Hackett in the face.
Fuck, turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around.
In his use of force report, Arlano acknowledged that he delivered what he called one closed fist strike to the left side of Hackett's face. During the struggle, Hackett cried for help, asking to call her mother, and tells the trooper he cannot punch her.
Turn around!
You cannot punch me!
The video also shows Arlano drawing his taser and warning Hackett he will punch her again if she does not turn over. He does not fire the taser.
Was Catherine Rowley reporting. Now, state police have not placed Trooper Lariano on administrative leave. The agency is also conducting an internal use of force review. We have the full dash cam video available right now. To see it on our website at 5newsonline.com. Happening tomorrow night, Rogers City Council will again discuss calling a special election to let voters decide to extend the city's 1-cent sales tax. The new bond package totals about $450 million, that according to city documents. $118 million would be used to refinance old bonds. $339 million would be used for capital improvements. Voters in November will decide those improvements. A majority of the proposed bond package would fund road improvements. Other areas include parks and recreation, police and fire departments, plus animal services. City Council meets tomorrow night at 6:30 at the City Council chambers. Meanwhile, the Springdale City Council is expected to vote on a vacancy for the Ward 2 position. Aaron Huntley resigned from his position months ago. The city has called a special election for November. In the meantime, they have been looking at multiple candidates to fill that seat. 2 candidates are left. Rex Bailey and Kevin Flores, both are former Ward 2 council members. After passing regulations on data centers in June, Fayetteville is already looking at adding even more. City Council will look at new additions tomorrow. The city says will strengthen the regulations. City's Ordinance Review Committee added new changes like what happens if a data center violates the rules and requiring an annual report be submitted to the city's planning division. City has already passed rules relating to water and electricity usage. The earliest the council could vote on the new changes is next Tuesday. Meanwhile, Fort Smith City directors will also look at adding new regulations on data centers. The board passed a zoning rule on data centers 3 years ago, but is now considering even more rules on noise, on water usage, and approval from city directors on proposed projects. City staff, they say they are unaware of any potential data center projects in or around Fort Smith at this time. The only data center project in the River Valley is the one in Clarksville near the Johnson Regional Medical Center. The group behind the now rejected petition process constitutional amendment in Arkansas is asking the state Supreme Court to let it join a lawsuit against the Secretary of State. 7 Arkansas voters filed the initial lawsuit last week. It challenges a decision by Secretary of State Cole Jester to reject the group's petition submission. Protect Our Rights says it should be part of the case, but because it sponsored that amendment. The Supreme Court has until August 20th now to certify measures for the November ballot.